M tried to get me fired because her daughter plagiarized, poorly. I was teaching Animal Farm to my 8th grade English class. I had assigned my students to write a mini research paper on an influential person from the Russian Revolution, so they would have some context for the novel. This particular student, let's call her Faith, had a pretty steady C average that year. She liked to write, but only what she deemed worth writing. She frequently didn't do work, didn't follow directions, and probably could have been a lot more successful if she hadn't been such an EK. The district I taught in was very affluent and quite a few parents treated me like I was the help. Some kids tried to as well, but that never went very far for them. I was very surprised when Faith passed in a 5-page paper on Lenin, especially since it was only supposed to be 2 pages. This sent up a bit of a red flag. BC, if she had stuck to researching the areas outlined in the directions, it really shouldn't have been this long. I took home her paper and the rest of my students' work to grade over the weekend. When I started reading her paper, I grew very concerned. The vocabulary and sentence structure were miles above anything she had produced before. She also included subheadings which seemed odd. However, my suspicions were confirmed when I saw that numerous words were blue and underlined. Yes, she had copy and pasted the paper offline and left in the hyperlinks. I quickly Googled the first sentence and up popped Faith's paper on Wikipedia. I called her mom immediately. Grades were due on Monday and this girl was about to tank. I left mom a message saying I was concerned about the paper Faith had submitted and that it didn't appear to be her own work. In hindsight, I shouldn't have left it in the message, but I was afraid her mom would flip if she saw her report card and how low her average was and not know why. I heard nothing from M. I did, however, get a visit from my department head that morning saying M was demanding a meeting. I'm like, okay, bring it on. We met with M, my department head, my principal, and my VP. Mom looked ready to punch me. As soon as I walked in the room, she jumped up screaming, "M, how dare you accuse my daughter of plagiarism? She's a gifted writer. She spends her free time writing poetry online." Me, okay. I'm glad she enjoys creative writing. This was a research paper though. M, I know what it is. She dangles some papers in front of my face. I read a copy of what she wrote. It's fantastic. You just think she's not smart enough to write this. Your actions are ignorant at best and slanderous at worst. Turning to the administration, I want this put in her record and brought to the attention of the superintendent. She should not be allowed to teach. Admin calms her down a bit and I show her the paper Faith submitted. Me, if you would take a look at the paper, you'll notice those words that are blue, bold, and underlined. Those are hyperlinks. She didn't create those. She copied them off a website and directly pasted them into her paper. M looks at links. These are just really difficult words to spell. She probably copied the words so she wouldn't spell it wrong. Me, Germany, Stalin, World War I aren't really hard to spell. Also, I show her a copy I have printed off of Wikipedia. You will see the format, subheadings, links, and 90% of the sentences are the same on Wikipedia and Faith's paper. M was steaming, but the bell rang and I had a class to teach. Admin continued the meeting and filled me in later. Apparently, Mom didn't have a lot to say after that, but she insisted that Faith be allowed to rewrite the paper, not lose any points, and receive no discipline. And my admin gave it to her. Part of why I left teaching. I did, however, find out that M screamed at Faith in the parking lot after school that day. Not exactly a satisfying ending, I know, but entitled. Absolutely.